Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi bhiriditam kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Bhuridajanaha. In our previous discussion, we had discussed about the great system, the path, and the discipline. And if we practice that very efficiently, we get the liberation. And in the viewpoint of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and that was Karma Yoga. In the last time we discussed about to work with the spirit of detachment. Now again Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, to work in such a spirit of detachment is known as Karma Yoga. This is page 452. But it is very difficult. This is the one thing that one should understand. Karma Yoga is very, very difficult. When Swami Vivekananda said that you should work, and most of the people thought it is a very easy thing that he is asking us to do. No, it's most difficult. Because the moment you are doing, the attachment is there. You cannot go beyond your attachment. I have done this. We have performed that. All this, a little that. You are not getting the complete benefit of the yoga. Of course, people will appreciate and all those, but complete benefit of the Karma Yoga, about which Swami Vivekananda said, by unselfish work, through unselfish work, one can reach the same goal where Buddha can reach by his knowledge and Christ by his prayer. Through the path of knowledge and through the path of devotion, where one, the personalities like the Buddha and Christ can reach, through the path of Karma Yoga, we can reach over there too. But Sri Ramakrishna is telling, it is a spirit of detachment is known as Karma Yoga, but it is very difficult. We are living in the Kali Yuga. The Sri Ramakrishna is very practical. That's why he is telling we are living in the Kali Yuga when one easily becomes attached to one's actions. And we can see in everything. Each and every one, everywhere, they're all thinking that I should be appreciated and I should be recognized. You may think you are working in a detached spirit, but attachment creeps into the mind from nobody knows where. You may worship in the temple or arrange a grand religious festival or feed many poor and starving people. You may think you have done all this without hurrying after the results. But unknown to yourself, the desire for name and fame has somehow crept into your mind. Complete detachment from the results of action is possible only for one who has seen God. Can you imagine? So this is the condition of the Karma Yoga. And in the Bhagavad Gita also, Sri Krishna is inspiring people to do the Karma Yoga. Swami Vivekananda gave stress on Karma Yoga. Ramakrishna mission is the motto that Swami Vivekananda mentioned, Atmana Moksha Jagat Hita. Atmana mokshartam jagat hitaya cha. Cha means and. These are the two. But you should realize God. You should know yourself. At the same time, the benefit of the world. The benefit of the world comes afterwards. But when you are doing it, the sadhana, that sadhana should be in such a way that you are getting the realization of God, at the same time the society also getting the benefit of your work, of your knowledge, of your experience. So this Atmana Moksha and Jagat Hita. Sri Ramakrishna is telling only those who have realized God can do this. Then he is suggesting a great path, another path. What is that? A devotee is asking. These devotees are really very good people. They're asking exactly the question that we wanted to ask. And he is asking, then what is the way for those who have not seen God? See, Sri Ramakrishna said in Karma Yoga, success is possible for those who have seen God. And when one has seen God, why should you work? Because we are trying to reach over there and we have reached. And why should we work then? But suppose we have not realized God, then what we will do? So he is asking, what is the way for those who have not seen God? Must they give up all the duties of the world? So practical question. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling the best path for this age is Bhakti Yoga. The best path for this age is Bhakti Yoga. The path of Bhakti prescribed by Narada. What type of Bhakti? Prescribed by Narada, the great devotee, and Narada is a great Jnani. So what is the Bhakti that Narada is teaching us? This is also very interesting. He is combining the knowledge and the devotion. Tad arpita akhila acharata. Tad means the God. Here the God, they give the name Krishna, the Vishnu, whatever name you can give. There the Tad means the Brahman, that also can be. Arpita akhila acharata, each and everything. Yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapassasi kaunteya tat kurushya madarpanam. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling the same thing. Whatever you are doing, you are thinking, you are achieving, everything you offer to me. So Narada said, Tad arpita, you give akhila acharata, not only one or two. Only when you are sitting before the God and offering the flower, not that. When you are sitting in the office, that too. When you are mixing with people, talking with people, doing your duties, each and everything, even your thoughts. So that is also, even your thoughts, that should also be dedicated to God. And when you are aware about it, that I am going to give my thought to God also, what will happen? You will never be able to think about something wrong about anything else. Something wrong for, oh, that man, I am going to kill him and I am going to cheat him and I am going to do this, that. You cannot think of, because you are aware, at the back of your mind, the consciousness is there. With this thought, I am going to dedicate to God, offer to God. How can I think in this way? That awareness, that consciousness, that will save you. So Narada says, Tad arpita akhila acharata. We have to understand akhila, everything. Most of the people, you will see that they will go to the temple, that time they are very good people. And they will offer, and they'll be fasting, and they'll be putting on the worst of the new clothes, everything they will do. And they think that much. People go in a best dress to the church, and they will attend 1 hour sermon. They think that much. We have done the religious work. Now where we are going, it is not God's business. No, that cannot be. Each and every moment, those who are very, very sincere, serious about realizing God, for them, tad arpita akhila acharata. Then second comes tad vishmarani parama bhyakulata iti. See the Gyan, Misra, Karma and Bhakti. So Narada gives all the three. Jnana, knowledge, devotion, Bhakti, and also Karma. Not that we should not do anything. We should do each and everything. Whatever the responsibility has come on me, whatever for the livelihood I have accepted, I will perform that, I will do that. In this case, Bhagavan Buddha is asking us to be careful to choose your profession. Choose your profession in such a way that you are not involved into some wrong, bad thing. That's why the Ashtam Marga, 8, the grand path of Lord Buddha, there he said, they try to choose. Now sometimes there is no opportunity, then whatever in the position I am, I must offer that to God. And when I am offering that to God, I am not bound by the result. So he is telling the best path for this age is bhakti, the path of bhakti prescribed by Narada. And here we find that in the first para of the Bhakti Yoga, the great lecture that Swami Vivekananda delivered, Sri Ramakrishna practiced and then propagated all the 4 paths: Bhakti, Jnana, Karma and Yoga. Those who have read his biography and those who know about Sri Ramakrishna, they all know. He is the incarnation of unity in diversity. He is the unity. Now here, his disciple also, and he is also telling in the same way, the first para of the Bhakti Yoga, he says, Bhakti Yoga is a real, genuine search after the Lord. Real, genuine search after the Lord is search. Then Swami Vivekananda's beautiful way explaining, the search beginning, continuing and ending in love. That is Bhakti Yoga. What is Bhakti? The search beginning with love, continuing with love, ending in love. And when I am beginning to love God, I am only beginning with that particular image that I like, I love. I love Krishna, I love Rama, I like Jesus, I like Buddha, that like. And then slowly going on loving that, what Krishna will love to eat, what Krishna will love to wear, what Krishna will love to hear. I go on research and I offer that love, love, love and love. Beginning with love, continuing with love, and it ends in love. And what happens? At the end, what type of love? Then Narada says, Sa tasmin parama prema rupa. What is that devotion? Sa tasmin parama prema rupa. The intense love to God. Parama prema rupa. Is a prema, that word that Sri Ramakrishna is using. The prema means when you don't forget your body consciousness. That is called prema. Bhava, Mahabhava. The Sri Ramakrishna is explaining these things The way you forget your body consciousness, whether I have taken food or not, I am so much devoted. Only a few days back we have celebrated only by remembered a great monk of the Ramakrishna or the direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. His name was Ramakrishna ji, Swami Ramakrishna. He used to love Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna so much that Swami Vivekananda said, this is the name I was thinking to take for myself, but no, I think you are the person you should take. His love was nothing but Sri Ramakrishna. And he used to serve Sri Ramakrishna with love, with affection, and with complete attachment to God and nothing else. And for nothing. So he Satashmin Parama Prema Rupa is the form of the prema, that love goes and matured into the prema. That prema means when one forgetting oneself, that means what he is doing, what he is thinking, with what his mind occupied with, only God and nothing else. So when I am thinking constantly the God, what it becomes? I become God myself. I cannot think of anything else. And in the second, this is the first, and actually he said that let us begin. It is the second one, Satashmin Parama Prema Rupa, Narada Bhakti Sutra. Someday we will discuss over here also. And in the third, he says, Amrita Sarupa Cha, Parama Prema Rupa, and then Amrita Sarupa Cha. Amrita Sarupa means immortality. He cannot die. He's living with God. The fear of death, that I am going to die, this body will fall up and then I am nowhere. This is the end of my life. No, he never thinks in that way. The devotee practicing the love, path of love, never thinks that end of this life. No. I am going to survive with God. Immortality, eternity, continuity. So that is the unique way the love means. And the fourth verse it says, how we'll understand that we have developed the love? Jan labdva puman siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, tripto bhavati. These three things he is telling, by attaining which one becomes immortal and becomes ever satisfied. Puman siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, tripto bhavati. He is ever satisfied. He is using the word ever satisfied. I am satisfied now. No. Ever satisfied. There will be no point, there will be no time when he is dissatisfied. Never. Each and everything, someone is criticizing him, he is also in great joy. And some of the great souls, in the world, people will always criticize you because they couldn't understand the way you are living or going. So the criticism is obvious. Each and every one. Then when someone was criticizing the Kabira, and he said, I thank you, brothers, I thank you. Because you are acting as scavengers. You are removing all my darts. I was not finding out where the dust is and the nasty thing in me. You have pointed it out. I must be careful. I must remove those things because I am going to meet my love. I cannot go along with that. You have pointed out that. You have helped me to clean that. The great scavengers you are. He is accepting those critics in this way. See, everything is positive. So satisfied, so happy. And yan labdva puman siddho bhavati. He is complete. Amrito bhavati. He becomes immortal and tripto bhavati. And this tripti is the ultimate of all spiritual pursuit. Tripti. Whether it is a path of knowledge, or devotion, or karma, or meditation, ultimate thing should be, I am satisfied. There should not be any desire left. Oh, if I could visit that place, it would have been nice, or this and that. Nothing. Complete satisfaction. Tripto bhavati. And that is exactly what Narada is telling. And I will conclude, they are quoting Narada, the 5th verse. Yad prapya nakinchit banchati. After attaining the devotion, nothing left to seek, to gain, nothing. After getting the devotion bus, complete satisfaction, you don't need anything. Yan prapya na kinchit panchati. He never asked for anything, never desired for anything. Na shochati. He never thinks second time. Na dveshti. Na ramate. Na utsahi bhavati. Attaining devotion, devotee does not desire anything else, does not enjoy anything else, does not feel encouragement to do anything. Except God, he wants nothing. Whatever he is doing, wherever he is visiting, everything transforms into that God realization. We find that each and everything in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. It is in the life of Swamiji, it is in the life of Ma Sharada, very, very prominently. But Ma Sharada never expressed that. It's very difficult to find out. And so ordinary life she used to lead. And Swamiji, of course, covered with the intellectual and philosophical way. But Sri Ramakrishna, his life was a complete book of spirituality. And when he used to go even to the theatre, to the zoo, and to the museums, to everywhere the ordinary people are visiting, everywhere he used to transform all those objects into spirituality. He could not see anything else. When he went to see a lion, he saw that goddess Durga. He saw the lion. Immediately his mind soared after the goddess Durga. Oh, the lion is the carrier of goddess Durga. So Sri Ramakrishna started thinking, not the lion, but Durga. So this is called what Narada is saying. He is completely satisfied. His mind is complete in that. So Swami Vivekananda said, the intense love to God. When a man gets it, he loves all, hates none. He becomes satisfied forever. Devotees, this line we should remember. And when we go to meet a holy person, if they are criticizing others, know it for sure the long way left for them to travel. Long way. They have not reached anywhere near to the God realization. Maybe they are wearing the holy dress, quoting from the scripture, living as in isolation or in the ashrama, etc., temple, but the mind has not traveled. So these are the things. Sometimes some people, they come and ask, how to understand who is a good man, who is a good person, who is a holy person? How to understand? These are the points that if we can remember, then we can understand. When a man gets it, he loves all. In the name of religion, when we are hating others, beating others, killing others, this is all our papa, all our sin. We are just trying to cover it with the flower. That is God. That is spirituality. No. We cannot hide it. In the name of religion, I will kill. You are a killer. And you will be punished in that work. Don't think God, whatever God he may be, whatever name you are calling that God, not going to bless you or protect you. So that's Swami Vivekananda in his book of the Bhakti Yoga is telling, he loves all, hates none, he becomes satisfied forever. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is mentioning over here, to sing the name and glories of God and to pray to Him with a longing heart. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us the prayer that a devotee should pray. How he should pray? O God, give me knowledge, give me devotion, give me knowledge, give me devotion. Knowledge means to understand what truly God is. And then the devotion means the encouragement so that I can travel to that path. Just by going on debating and debating and debating, God must be this, God must be that, Tarka Shastra is going on debating. Where you are reaching? Nowhere. So the devotion is also necessary. So that devotion, the searching God with love. So that goes on, oh God, give me knowledge about that God, the understanding, and give me devotion and reveal thyself to me. If the God is not gracious, then it is very difficult. Why? Because the Maya. Why we are bound? Why we are suffering? Why we are moving on here and there, knocking our head? Because that peculiar thing, that Maya. And who is holding that Maya? God. If the God, He is taking away His Maya, then only it is possible. So, O God, give me knowledge, give me devotion, and reveal Thyself to me. The path of karma is extremely difficult. Therefore, one should pray, O God, make my duties fewer and fewer, and may I, through Thy grace, do the few duties that Thou givest me without any attachment to their results. May I have no desire to be involved in any duties, activities. Then here, that I want to do your duty, but reduce the duty slowly. Because duty comes all from the ego. I should do that, I must do that. And sometimes some people will be going on doing at the fag end of their life also. So we have to go on praying to God, oh God, please reduce my duty. And whatever is good for the others, if you want me to do that, give the power to do that. With your blessings I can do. But my goal is to get you only, realize you only. It is not possible to give up work altogether, he is telling. Even to think or to meditate is a kind of work. As you develop love for God, your worldly activities become fewer and fewer of themselves. And you lose all interest in them, in that work. Can one who has tasted a drink made of sugar candy enjoy a drink made of ordinary molasses? Immediately is giving an example. So we are going on getting the joy. Then Sri Ramakrishna is saying that you must go on practicing. And certainly one day you will find that great joy within you. The God is there constantly with us, constantly. As because we do not understand that, we go on complaining. But God is very much there. And it says, a devotee is asking, The English people always ask us to be active. Isn't action the aim of life? A life then? The English people is constantly ask us to be active. Now one American lady, she's a historian, she wrote an Indian history, and there she is blaming that Indian people never work. They don't want to work, etc., etc. I was just reading a few pages. He is not very much happy with the Indian people. Activity should be there. The male folk should be strong and all these things. They think in that way. It is not wrong. But for ourselves, it's different completely. Who says that we don't work? If we are not working, how India could make so much of progress? And as because India was so very progressed, all over the world people wanted to go to India only. No one wanted to come to America. And Columbus by mistake came over here. He wanted to go to India only. So naturally, she is writing, thinking that when you are in a difficult situation, it always happens. We are not criticizing them, but the thing is, they are not correct. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling that we have to go on pursuing for. Now this person is asking, isn't action the aim of life? Immediately Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the aim of life is the attainment of God. I repeat again, the aim of life is the attainment of God and nothing else. Because after everything, if we look around, we see after accomplishing everything, we are not satisfied. Unhappiness within us, dissatisfaction within us, misery is always within us. So why then? Whatever we wanted, we got. Money, name, fame, everything. After that you go and ask privately, sir, are you satisfied? They will say no. Why? Because ultimate goal is God. And what is God? Complete satisfaction. How that is possible? Love. The love is the ultimate goal. And whom we are loving? Myself. And what is that myself? Everything that I see is myself. So that is why when I try to love myself, it is not the small little self associated with this name and form. It's that self which is in every being, everywhere, manifested in different names and form. I love that. And that is why there is no desire. And when there is no desire, complete satisfaction, and that is called God realization. Sri Ramakrishna will give that definition, we will come to know that. The aim of life is the attainment of God. Work is only a preliminary stage. Work is only a preliminary stage. It can never be the end. Even unselfish work is only a means, it is not the end. Those who have read the Shankaracharya and his Gita Vasya and in other places where he is giving the argument, again and again he is telling, no, not true work. But why Swami Vivekananda said that true work? Swami Vivekananda said unselfish work. And what is that unselfishness? If you can become purely unselfish, you are God yourself. So you have to understand this. So sometimes we may think that Sri Ramakrishna told that work cannot take you to that place, and Swamiji told work can take, and not us. There was a great debate, misunderstanding. Even the personality like Master Mahashaya, he was not ready to accept Swami Vivekananda's ideology. He said, no, Thakur never said like that. Only thing that a spiritual person should do, will do little work so that he can survive And that's much. And then the complete time should be devoted to God. And he was not ready at all to accept, and he was going against it. Some of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna also made that mistake. They were not ready at the beginning. And many of the devotees were misunderstanding Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda, who was no other than Sri Ramakrishna himself. Then you know who came forward to support Swamiji? Holy Mother, Ma Sharada Mani Devi. And she went to Kashi, and in the Kashi, Swamiji told his disciples, go and serve the poor people. And some people they found, now Kashi is a huge, big hospital, and also the home for the old people, male, female, both. But it started with some of the devotees when they found that our devoted sons, children, they took their parents, mother or father, and left them over there to die. They picked up those old people, brought them, served them, fed them. And Swamiji told, this is the great work that you are doing. You are serving the Shiva, the living Shiva. And slowly they were going on, getting different type of people, and naturally they wanted money. Ma Sharada Mani Devi visited that place. And she, after seeing that, told, oh, I saw Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is walking over here, so satisfied. It's a service of Sri Ramakrishna that you are doing. And she gave a 10 rupee note to those boys. And they have still kept it. If you go and ask them, the Swami maybe will bring it out and show it to you. In those days, the 10 rupee note. And after that, Master Mahashaya, then he understood, oh, when Mother has accepted, then it must be true. So the true karma, it is possible, but the karma without any hankering. And if we don't do any work, what we do? We immediately become unselfish? No, we become more selfish. It is better to do some work. And what will happen when you are doing the work? If you naturally, our ego will be hurt again and again. And different type of people will come and they will tell in different way. And when you are in action, all these reactions will come, and you have to constantly tell yourself, I am actually treading a path of spirituality. All these things that is happening all around me is nothing for me. I am not going to spend my time for those things. I should go forward, march forward and forward. So that is very, very important, very, very important. Otherwise you won't be able to move. Shambhu Malik is immediately, Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example for the life. The Shambhu Malik once said to me, please bless me, sir, that I may spend all my money for good purposes, such as building hospitals and dispensaries, making roads and digging wells. This is a good thing. I said to him, it will be good if you can do these things in a spirit of detachment. If you can do this thing in a spirit of detachment, otherwise not. See, sometimes some people they come and they say, we are volunteers, so we should not register. Sometimes we go once in a month the spiritual retreat. We charge $125 with the expenditure and all those things. And these people are earning. They can give. But the idea came, I am working over here as a volunteer, so I should not pay. Then I told them, This is not a good practice. You are devotees. And you are in a condition, in a position by the grace of God, you can pay. Pay. And then work. And when you are working with love. Otherwise, you are trading your work for that particular facilities. This is not devotee's work. I had to say that. I was really going on thinking within me, shall I or shall I not? Then I felt, as a spiritual leader of this organization, this is my duty to tell them. After that, if they don't pay, it's okay. But if they cannot pay and say, I like to attend, but I am not in a position to pay, no problem at all. No problem at all. So why we say that? Why we should say that? If I was not telling that, people would say, oh, so good Swami. He never says anything for us. But when I say that, then you will think, oh, look at this Swami, all the time thinking about the money. No, I am not thinking about money. I am thinking about the betterment of those people who are so close to us and trying to develop the spiritual path. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling his devotee, the Shambhu Mallik, and he was not an ordinary man. Shambhu Mallik was a very influential person. And Shambhu Mallik was a very rich man. And he said, Sri Ramakrishna said to him, oh, it's good, please do that. He never said that. He said, do, but it will be good if you can do these things in a spirit of detachment. But that is very difficult. Whatever you may do, you must always remember that the aim of this life of yours is the attainment of God and not the building of the hospitals and dispensaries. Sometimes some people, they come to the organization and they always think that I should become the secretary and this and that. That is not the one person came, Swamiji, I can help you, but you have to accept me as a member of your board. Then I will give you advice. And so many advisors are already there. And those who are not there in the board, they also advising me. So I have everyone advising. So I don't need any extra one to advise me. But his thing is that I will do that. And someone is telling, give all the addresses of your devotees, I will write to them. And why? Now I can write in a better way, I can talk to them in a better way, so that they will give more money to you. And that is not the whole purpose. So look at this, they are thinking that they are doing good job. They are thinking that they are doing spiritual thing. But that is not the way. But they are highly educated people, well-established people, but making the mistake in spiritual life. So friends, we have to read each and every line of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna to understand what is spirituality. And every time, not once, again and again and again we should read. Then only the true meaning of the word that Sri Ramakrishna uttered will come. And suppose God appeared before you and said to you, accept a boon from me. Would you then ask him, O God, build me some hospitals and dispensaries? Or would you not rather pray to him, O God, may I have pure love at your lotus feet? May I have your uninterrupted vision? Hospitals, dispensaries and all such things are unreal. God alone is real and all else unreal. Furthermore, after realizing God, one feels that He alone is the doer and we are but His instruments. This is the end of Karma Yoga. When we think that we are doing a complete mistake, friends, From my life I can say, when I was in Andaman, I needed money. I went to Diden, the minister. He was holding double charges, foreign minister and planning commission, the deputy chairman, Pranab Mukherjee. When I went, before that, many of the Swamis told, I don't think you will get any help from Pranab Mukherjee. I went and I saw under his table so many quotations of Swami Vivekananda and pictures of Thakur Maya and Swamiji. All over that room, quotations, this is framed and they're hanging over there. Beautiful quotations of Swamiji. And when I said, this is my problem, I felt that God has already done my job. The moment I said, I want to do in this way and that way, Ramakrishna Mission, he said, Swamiji, this is the only organization serving the nation for last 100 years, uninterruptedly. You need not to tell me about the Ramakrishna Mission's activities. Please tell what is your project. And this Pranab Mukherjee afterwards became the President of India. He helped that time with the government grants. So I could build some of the things I was planning over there. Do you think I influenced Pranab Mukherjee? He's such a knowledgeable person you cannot think of. Afterwards he came and spent 4-5 days over there in Andaman. I had the opportunity to talk to him almost every evening. And he's very simple, and when you talk you learn so much from him. Do you think it was mine? It was possible for me to influence him to give the donation and give that help? No. God did that. Mother did that. And immediately everything was over. So one must feel. Truly I am telling you, we cannot do anything. If the God is willing, things will come. If the God is not willing, it will not come. When we are going to the rich people, the other friends, they say, Swamiji, he is a very rich man. We should go and do like this to impress him and impress that. No, we should try, that's all. But unless that lady sitting over there, Ma Sarada Devi, the once she says yes, it is yes. So that's what Sri Ramakrishna is telling, and that is the secret of Karma Yoga. When the person is thinking, I should help, I should give donation, who is giving that thought, that idea? Again, that God. So that is the reason we should always understand we are the instrument and nothing else. Then why should we forget Him and destroy ourselves by being involved in too many activities? After realizing Him, one may, through His grace, become His instrument in building many hospitals and dispensaries. We have to be the instrument in His hand. So that is the way only one can work. Therefore I say again, now Sri Ramakrishna is concluding, particularly this portion we are concluding, the devotion according to Narada, which is combination of knowledge, work and devotion, that we should apply in this age. Therefore I say again that work is only the first step. It can never be the goal of life. Devote yourself to spiritual practice. Again and again we should read this particular line. Devote yourself to spiritual practice and go forward. Through practice you will advance more and more in the path of God. At last you will know, at last you will come to know that God alone is real and all else is illusory, and that the goal of life is the attainment of God. Again and again, the practice, practice and practice. Most of the time we spend only, the enthusiasm only to go here and there, visiting these and that, listening these and that, and slowly, slowly all our strength goes away. But what is the spiritual practice? Ma Sharada Mani Devi said, we should remember these wonderful definitions, then all the problems are solved. Whenever we think that spiritual practices means fasting, must be visiting the holy places and bathing in the Ganga, no, not like that. The spiritual practice, as Ma Sharada Mani said, always, every moment, to keep the mind at the feet of God. Taposya Arki Baba, in Bengali she is telling, what is this spiritual practice, my son? Somehow you have to keep your mind at the feet of God. Je kono prokare monta ishware charane rakha. That is tapasya. When I am plucking the flower, I am thinking, oh, I am taking it so that I will make a garland and then I will put it to God. God will be so happy, Mother will be so happy. And I must be careful. All the flowers that I am giving, there should not be any insects. I must be careful, I should clean that, then only I will give. When I am preparing food, I must be careful that it is not dirt or anything is coming. When I am talking and cooking, no, I should not do that. God won't be able to eat. So alertness. Mother, I am preparing this food for you. Please take it, please take it. When you take, the whole world, all being will be satisfied. Please take it. People are suffering, people are crying, children are dying because of food. Please take it and give all this satisfaction to each and everyone. You are not thinking about yourself. You are praying to God for the others. Think that way. All pervading God, that the God in the form of Mother, God in the form of Sri Ramakrishna, whomever you like, when you are doing it, only this much alertness. This alertness, constantly, and you are putting the mind at the feet of God. So the songs, those who know the songs, going on singing constantly, not only for the tune and the music, but the words of those songs. There's a Ram Prasad and others, they are singing, and he is plucking the flower, hibiscus. Ram Prasad was the worshipper of goddess Kali, and it is said the goddess Kali likes hibiscus, red hibiscus. And he used to pluck the flowers and used to sing, oh, hibiscus, Jaba, in Bengali they say, Jaba, how you could get this merit? So every time you are blooming, you are going at the feet of my mother. I cannot go. Oh flower, please teach me that secret so that my mind can go at the feet of the Divine Mother every time. He's plucking the flower to offer to puja, but he's going on constantly thinking about the life that flower is living. And that way, each and everything, when constantly we are thinking, what will happen? These worldly thoughts will go away. And when the worldly thoughts are not there, only one thought will be there, God's thought. And when the God's, that wonderful love comes, tad arpita akhila acharata, tad vishmarane parama vyakulata. Friends, I was reading today Narada Pancharatre. It's a very good book. It's a beautiful book in the Narada Pancharatre. There's the 5 chapters are there. And the second chapter, in verse 25th and 26th, And the monks mostly quote this, oft quoted, the famous the lines, Taddinam durdinam manne meghachannam nadurdinam. I will consider that day as a worst day, not this, when the nature is not giving, not sunshine, it's all rainy and clouded. Meghachannam nadurdinam jattinam Krishna samlapa katha piyusha varjitam. Here the Krishna, because the Narada is writing, so Krishna samlapa katha, that particular day when I do not hear the conversation of the Lord Krishna or read about him, that is the worst day for me. Tat shanam, that moment, nishphalam, that particular moment is useless, completely, worthless, manne, I consider. Why? Sri Krishna kirtanam bina. When I am not taking or singing the glory of Lord Krishna. Here the Krishna means the God, whatever God you like, you love. But that Godhead, if I am not going on repeating and taking them, those who are following the path of Jnana, what they should do, constantly going on arguing with themselves, wherefrom the ego is coming within me. Because I am not this body, I am not this name, I am not this thing that I am thinking I am associated with. A devotee should think, how is it that I am constantly thinking of something else? I should go on thinking about the God and what God will like, what God will love. And Karma Yogi will also think, by doing what I can make satisfaction myself and also to God. Dhyana Yogi also in the same way, myself is the only thing that I must concentrate and not that I am thinking. Because I am the self and I am attached with the bigger self, Paramatma. So all the time you have to forget yourself. That is the ultimate thing. The self that we always think associated with this name and form. And the easiest way and the perfect way for this age, according to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the devotional path prescribed by Narada. Thank you. Let us conclude with this pranam mantra. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa drita vigraham vai Ishavatam Parameshamityam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.